What if I told you that the sentence that hurt you the most was never meant to destroy you, but to awaken you? Imagine this. You are a child again, standing in front of a room full of people. You try to speak, your voice shakes, and someone laughs. Not loudly, just enough for you to hear it. That laugh stays with you for years. It visits you at night. It whispers when you try something new. It tells you to sit down, to stay small, to not embarrass yourself again. Now ask yourself this one honest question. Was it the laugh that stopped you, or was it the meaning you gave to it? Most people never recover from insults. Not because insults are powerful, but because the mind holds onto them like sacred truth. A single sentence spoken in a careless moment can live rent-free in your head for decades. You are not smart enough. You will never make it. Who do you think you are? These words don't break bones, but they quietly rewrite your identity. And yet, the same words that bury one person can build another. The difference is not strength. The difference is perception. Let me tell you a story. There was a young man who desperately wanted to become a writer. Every night he wrote pages filled with hope, emotion, and raw honesty. One day, he showed his work to someone he trusted. That person skimmed a few lines, closed a notebook, and said, "You should stop. You don't have talent." No shouting, no drama, just a calm, final sentence. That night, the young man burned his notebook. He didn't write for years, but something strange happened. That insult kept burning too, not as pain, but as pressure. Slowly, quietly, it turned into fuel. Years later, he picked up a pen again, not to impress anyone, not to prove them wrong, but to reclaim himself. He wrote with fire. He wrote with hunger. And this time, he didn't ask for permission. Insults work like fire. Fire can destroy a house, or it can forge steel. The fire is the same. The material decides the outcome. When someone insults you, they are lighting a flame. What you do next determines everything. Do you step back and let it consume you, or do you step into it and let it shape you? Most insults hurt because they touch something unresolved inside you. If someone calls you lazy and it ruins your day, it's not because of their words. It's because somewhere inside, you already feared it might be true. Insults don't create wounds. They reveal them, and that is uncomfortable to admit, but incredibly powerful to understand. Because once you see the wound, you can finally heal it. There's a reason why the strongest people you admire were once deeply criticized, mocked, or underestimated. Pressure creates depth. Comfort creates fragility. Diamonds do not form in applause. They form in darkness, underweight, where escape is impossible. Every insult adds weight. Every doubt adds pressure. And if you survive it, you don't come out the same. You come out denser, sharper, harder to break. Think about the times you were insulted by someone you loved. A parent who said you would never succeed. A teacher who labeled you slow. A friend who joked about your dreams. Those hurt the most, not because they were cruel, but because they mattered. And yet, those are often the insults that shape destiny, because they force a choice. Either you accept their version of you, or you build your own. Here is the truth most people never tell you. People insult what they don't understand. They mock what threatens them. They belittle what reminds them of their own limitations. When someone tries to make you feel small, it is rarely about you. It is about the war they are losing inside themselves. But if you are not careful, you will pick up their burden and carry it as your own. An insult only has power when you agree with it. Words are sounds. Meaning is something you add. If a stranger calls you a failure, it is noise. If you call yourself a failure because of it, it becomes reality. The mind is the final judge, and most people unknowingly hand over that authority to others. There is a strange gift hidden inside every insult. It forces self-examination. It forces growth. It asks a painful question. Is there something here I need to work on? Sometimes the answer is yes. And that is not weakness. That is wisdom. An insult can expose a blind spot you were avoiding. In that case, use it. Improve. Rise. Become undeniable. Not to prove them wrong, but to honor your own potential. Other times, the answer is no. The insult is false, shallow, and rooted in ignorance. In that case, let it pass through you like wind. You don't argue with the wind. You don't chase it. You don't beg it to change direction. You stand firm and let it move on. The most dangerous insults are not spoken out loud. They are the ones you repeat to yourself. I am not good enough. I always fail. People like me don't win. These are inherited insults, picked up from childhood, society, comparison, and fear, and they are far more damaging than anything anyone else can say. If you want to rise, you must become aware of your inner voice, because you cannot heal in the same language that wounded you. There is a reason adversity builds character. When everything is easy, you never test your strength. When everyone praises you, you never question yourself. But when insults come, when doubt surrounds you, when rejection becomes familiar, you are forced to either collapse or evolve. And evolution is painful. Growth always is. Some people become bitter from insults. Others become better. Bitterness says, they hurt me, so I will harden. Growth says, they hurt me, so I will deepen. One leads to isolation. The other leads to mastery. The pain is the same. The direction is chosen. One day, you will realize that the insult that once haunted you no longer has power. You will hear similar words and feel nothing. That is not because you became numb. It is because you became solid, secure, rooted. You no longer need validation to exist. You no longer need approval to move forward. That is freedom. And here is the final transformation. Insults, when processed with awareness, give birth to empathy. You know how words can wound, so you choose them carefully. You become someone who lifts instead of crushes, encourages instead of mocks. You become safe. And in a world addicted to cruelty, that is rare strength. Remember this. An insult is like poison offered in a cup. It only harms you if you drink it. You always have a choice. To swallow it, or to set it down. To let it define you, or to let it refine you. One day, the very words meant to break you will be part of the story that inspires others. One day, you will look back and realize that every insult was a test of identity. And every time you chose to rise, you passed. So the next time someone throws words at you like stones, don't rush to bleed. Pause. Ask yourself what kind of structure you are building. Because stones can bury you, or they can become the foundation of something unbreakable. You were never meant to be fragile. You were meant to be forged. And if you are still listening, still breathing, still trying, then the fire did not consume you. It shaped you.